Berry Patch Farms. It's October 1st, 2010, on a beautiful Colorado day, almost 80 degrees. We're here with Jimmy and his son Michael, who's age 3. Hi, Michael.
Say, go adventure, Dad.
Good PR.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that.
right.
All right.
That's good.
It's focused, huh? Here's some really pretty ones. Michael, get some of those. Well, let me show you how you do it, Michael. Take your fingers like this. And go like this. So grab this one just like that. Smart boy. So let's keep going. Look over there. See if you can see any on this side. Look over here in the shade. Hey, you're looking for bugs is what you're doing, huh?
Did you find any bugs yet, Michael?
Love bugs.
Doing this with him at his age now, I mean, everything's a learning experience.
Yeah.
So, you know, whether it's identifying fruits and vegetables in there or what you're finding out here, you're teaching constantly, but then you also have that emotional bonding. It's like you and your dad, you're learning all kinds of stuff from him, and you're having that bonding time.
You didn't even bother picking it off the vine. You just ate it right on the vine.
I have to be patient. I think if you start with that sort of meditation right away and have that mindset, then you're more likely to do that.
Right.
And turn anything into an adventure. And I always felt like, when I think about some of the mishaps we've had, that we started out adventures, it didn't go right, we had a mishap of some sort. But then the adventure we had out of the mishap, right? At Kansas, 4 or 5 years ago, we had a flat tire. We ran out of gas in my Prius. I tried to see how far my Prius could go when it said it was out of gas on that electric battery. I wanted to see. Well, I grossly misjudged it, and we ran out of gas on the side of I-70. And while we were waiting for the truck to come, we built little forts in the dirt and had like pretend army men, and we were like, you know, have little army guys out there fighting in the dirt on the side of I-70 in Kansas. And it's a great memory. It was a great adventure, waiting to get gas from the guy.
Yeah.
You know, and then seeing the tow truck that came, and you know, talk to the state trooper. It was actually kind of fun.
That's kind of fun.
You know, it delayed our getting back a couple hours. But who cares? You know, the fact you're out there just with my kid having a good time and laughing while running out of gas. And it's when you start with that mindset, I think, and you can plan it that way, or just be open to that, any changes, then it's always an adventure.
Yeah, we did the same thing in Kansas on our way out. It was late. We were 5 hours behind schedule, and we were still behind schedule, and it was dark, and I just said, you know what? We're pulling off, and I'm going to show Michael what a firefly is right now. It's 9:30 at night. They're screaming, changing plans.
Yep.
We're going to get there when we get there, and we're going to go romp around in some farmer's field for a little bit. They'll never know or care.
And the kids will probably remember that
And,
more than anything.
yep.
Yeah.
And Michael will remember that. He will.
So if you're ever through Kansas again, next time you drive through,
We will. I've always wondered about Prairie Dog.
you have to stop at Prairie Dog Town, which has been there for years. Since I was a kid,
Oh, yeah.
we drive by, and invariably, we never stopped there when I was a kid. We'd always be like, we want to go to Prairie Dog Town. And coming from St. Louis, we'd only be like 2 hours away from Denver. So my dad would be like, no, we got to get there, you know, let's get there, kids. We've stopped enough, you know, we'd stopped at Stuckey's and all these places along the way, and we never went to Prairie Dog Town. So one time Alex and I were going through it, we got to go to Prairie Dog Town, you know, and we get there, and I'm thinking, this is just going to be such a funky little hoax, you know,
Right.
and paying, I don't know, $5 or something. And we go up to the very first cage, is the rattlesnake cage. And I look in there, and there's like 75 snakes, and they're not doing anything. And so I'm thinking, well, these are fake. You know, it's just fake. These aren't real snakes. And the guy's like, oh, yeah, watch this, sonny boy. And he whacks on it with his cane. These things woke up and started doing their rattlers and stuff. And we were like, oh, my God, we're going to run, you know. And it was a great hour. We had so much fun. And it was totally worth that hour of our drive to just stop and look at the 5-legged cow and you know, just horse around and be silly. And I think he got like a bow and arrow set there in the gift shop, you know. It was like totally kid stuff. It was just a hoot.
Huh.
Eating some berries.
You got a caterpillar, Michael? Let me see him. Oh, you got the fuzzy caterpillar. Look at that smile.
That's cool.
Are you gonna name him?
What should his name be?
He's nice.
Yeah.
He's nice. He likes you. Yeah. So tell us, this is Farmer Tim.
Yes.
Tim Farrell, aka Farmer Tim, who started the berry patch how many years ago?
Let's see. About over 20 years ago.
20 years ago. And you've been on this property
12 years.
12 years. You got the barn. Tell us what else.
On the farm market, we have schools, we have education, classes, field trips for grade schoolers to come out to pick berries, to learn about, oh golly, the weather and how that affects farming, and how do you get your crops from the field to the table, and there's pumpkins, and it's a good time. Just
And
relax.
you've been, what's great about it, well, there's a couple great things when I talk to friends about very passionate about Tim, is this was really your dream, was to be a farmer. And you were in the ministry and decided to switch careers, midlife, just totally switch careers and went into farming. Now, how many guys go from a career in one field and start farming?
I have no idea.
And you followed your dream.
Yeah.
And your dream came true.
It really wasn't a dream per se, and you know, I mean, it just got to us. Yeah, that's,
And the organic thing, Tim's been on the forefront of the organic movement for 20 years. He's been doing organic berries.
yeah, it's been fun. And you used to be my supervisor.
And I got to tell you one more
Project
story.
Oil.
When when you were on the old property, so Alex is
Yeah.
almost 17, so that's 13 probably years ago.
Yeah.
And you were driving, we showed up to come and see it, and you were out on the tractor, and that thing sitting down there behind the tractor, planting, was it strawberries or raspberries?
Strawberries.
Strawberries. And we got to sit with Tim
Yeah.
on this
remember that.
attachment behind the tractor, where you steered the tractor from there, and the seat was a foot off the ground, and it punched holes for you, the wheel in front of you, and then we had the whole rack of strawberries, plants, and we got to stick the strawberries in the hole.
Yep.
And
We
my
still have
kid
that
at
machine.
age 4 and I were both like, this is so cool. We're actually planting strawberries. We're riding on the tractor, and we did a whole
Doing the
row.
real deal.
And we were like, that will always be our row.
Yeah.
But then you moved the property. So I tell you didn't move our strawberries, did you?
No,
They're probably
no.
still back there.
They're dead.
Darn, well, it was a great
We're
memory.
talking ancient history.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, yeah.
God, that was good. Well, thank you very much.
Is that okay?